this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we're here for another one of our mass making sessions. We are up to week number 225, would you believe? Now I'm just checking the title of these. So we are making this week double book page pockets for your junk journals. So double book page pockets for your junk journals. So what are you going to need if you're wanting to craft along? So you're going to need some book page. Now you will need 3 pages per pocket. So I've already torn my book pages out to 3 pages, wedges or, selections. And I've put them here. That's just to save a little bit of time during our mass making sessions. But of course, you can tear them out as you go. I've got a few different types because I don't want them all looking completely the same. So I've got, books, pages from different books. So that's what is going to be the foundation of the pockets, is some obviously book pages in sets of 3 per pocket. Then you're going to want some decorative papers to cover the back of the pockets. Now, if you are not fussed about having decorative papers, you can leave them plain book page. You could cover them in a different book page or just a second book page to sort of thicken them up and make them a bit more robust. You could use sheet music, anything that you like. I'm going to use decorative papers, and I say it every week. That's because I've predominantly got decorative papers, digital papers. So I will try and let you know the papers that I'm using as we do it. Aside from that, you're going to need your scissors or a paper trimmer if that's what you like to use. You might need a glue spreader. I just like to use like an old card, gift card or anything like that, to spread the glue. And you may need some tissue or a wet wipe or something like that, a dry wet wipe, to smoosh your glue out when it kind of seeps out of the edges. And then you might want to have some glue. Now I'm using 3-in-1. That's what I happen to have at the moment, but you could use whatever glue that you choose. You could stitch these pockets. I'm not going to stitch them because, and I say this every week, I like to try and make them as accessible to everybody as I can in these sessions. And obviously not everybody has got access to a sewing machine or wants to use it with their papers. So let's have a look and see what we're going to do. So I'm going to demonstrate a couple, and then as usual, we'll relax and just have a proper sort of, productive mass making session. So I'm going to just put my papers to the side now. As I say, you're going to need to group your papers into sets of 3. And then all you're going to do, tear them from your book. And then you want to make your pockets. Now, I discovered this on the second round of mass making, is if you fold them together, you're going to get pockets that are exactly the same shape. The line is going to be in exactly the same place, which is going to make for a much neater pocket than if you obviously did them separately. So fold your pockets down together like that, and then it gives you identical angles like that. So that's just a kind of bit of a tip there, really. So then this paper here, that's the background, we are going to cover with some decorative paper. So I'm just going to pull some in. I've got this one here from my yellow roses. So I'm just going to use this, and we can cover this or cover the back in this. Now, obviously, you don't need to cover the whole of the paper because not all of it is going to be, kind of visible, because some of it, the pocket's going to be kind of glued down onto. So I'm just going to take my decorative paper and just glue it straight down here. I like to just put lots of glue on so as to hopefully make sure it's properly, nicely glued down like that. Okay, and then just take your glue spreader, smoosh your glue out like that and like that. Okay, then you're going to trim around your edge. Now, how exactly you do these pockets is up to you. I happen to have done this one, sticking my decorative paper on first. You don't have to do that. You might want to cut your pocket down. Completely up to you, kind of, the actual format that you like to use. Then you're going to take your pockets and you're going to glue down your angled piece. So like that. Again, just smooshing that down like that. And we've got 1, and then we're just going to take the other one, smoosh that down like that. Okay, like that. Now then decide how tall you want to have your pocket. So obviously my corners are going to go up to the top, and I'm thinking, you know, probably have them this sort of distance apart. So I'm going to just chop my pocket down here, across there like that. And then I probably want to just tidy that edge up just along like that. Okay. And then obviously you want to just now glue your pockets down. So just take your glue, run it straight down the edge. Oops. Straight down the edge here. There, and the bottom. So we'll just glue this one on here. Now you can probably see I've not bothered covering right down the page, because obviously, you know, you're not going to see that piece of book page. So, you know, up to you, of course, again, it's up to you how you want to do them. But, you know, I would say kind of save bulk, save paper, and, you know, just cover it like partially. So that's that. I'm going to probably trim this up in a moment. But again, put your glue all three sides like that. Okie dokie, and then just place that down around about there. Okay, let's move that one over a bit. Like that. And once it's glued down, you can obviously trim it round, because your paper kind of will move slightly when you cut it. So what looks like you've got a straight angle, when you then glue it down, you might find, like me, that it's not really as straight as you'd hoped. So then I can just snip my bottom bit off here, so that all my papers are in line, and just trim it down here on the side like that. Okay, and that's literally all that you're doing. Up to you at this point. If you wanted to use a corner rounder to round your corners or anything, then of course you can do that. You know, tailor your pockets to kind of suit yourself. If you wanted to ink them, that would be fine, but that's your basic pocket. So what you've got then, you've got your pocket here, you've got your pocket here, and then when you glue it down onto the page, you may want to glue it, like say, on three sides, and you'd have a top loading pocket, or maybe three sides like that, and you'd have a side loading pocket. So lots of versatility. So that's the first one. I'm going to do another one to just demonstrate, you know, a second time. So again, just going to take my two front layers, fold them across like that, and remember we're doing that so that we get the angle exactly identical for both pages. Okay, take this one out. I'm going to just glue this triangle down here. Okay, so smoosh it down with the glue. Oops, my glue's got everywhere that time. Very, very messy. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue this one down here. Okie dokie. Whoops. I'm keeping my glue tipped up, which is not great because it's obviously seeping everywhere, but I don't want to be having it, you know, not coming out when I'm trying to use it, or taking ages coming out when I'm trying to use it. So this is probably the lesser of two evils, although I'm getting very messy, so, you know, I might have to just put it up the right way regardless. Okay, so like that, and then we're going to take a decorative paper. So here I've got some paper from my Rich Damask, the second collection of the Rich Damask. So I'm going to just glue this down, whoops, and again just going to glue it, you know, just kind of partially down the page wherever I think would be a good stopping point. Plenty of glue there. Okie dokie, and then just pop that down like that. I'm just doing it this way because I find it easier to kind of trim around than to try and cut it, you know, cut it to size. So like I say, use the method that you find suits you best. For me personally, this definitely, you know, this is most helpful for me. But I'm not necessarily saying that this is going to be the best way for everybody. So smoosh your glue, and then we can obviously our pockets like that. I'll just trim it down sort of roughly where I think would be a good height. So like that. Okie dokie. And then here, this one's still attached, so it's sort of making it a little bit easier. We're just going to then glue that down like that. And then here, oops, glue it down there like that. Okie dokie. Oops. Just going to stand my glue up now because it's getting way too messy, and I'm just going to regret this because I'm going to have mess everywhere, and it's going to become really like impractical. So then just obviously press your pockets together. Oops. I find it easiest to try and line them up here on this edge, the neat edge, because I'm going to trim this edge. But, you know, again, do it, you know, how you find easiest. So smoosh your glue down. Luckily with this 3-in-1, it does kind of wipe off quite easily. So where I've got glue, I can just wipe it off like that. Okay. Like that. Okay. And then here, push it round. Like that. Cut that down like that. Okay, get rid of that piece of paper. And then I'm just going to trim it down here. You know, and you can obviously make these as wide or as narrow as you like. You can make them as tall or as short as you like. You know, just kind of go with the flow, and, you know, maybe make a few different types. You know, some tall ones, some short ones, you know, however you like. But that's all there is to them. So again, and I say this most weeks, but these are a really effective pocket, and they're super, super easy to make. You've got your pocket here, your pocket here, and then, sorry, it's all a little bit glued in because of obviously all my messy glue. There we go. And then obviously when you glue it down, glue it on 3 sides, you'd have another pocket. So, you know, they're really kind of more like a triple book page pocket rather than a double book page pocket. But, you know, either way, they're really nice, aren't they? So we are going to just mass make a whole bunch of those, and just have a relaxing hour, and, you know, just, yeah, have a relaxing time, have a catch up, and, yeah, be very productive, hopefully, in the next hour. And, yeah, have a nice time. So, you know, grab your stuff and craft along. So I hope everybody's week has started out well. Oh, by the way, sorry, I'm doing this assembly line style. So by that, what I'm saying is I'm going to be doing all of my processes together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold all of my pages first, then probably do all of my gluing, then do all of my cutting, so that I'm doing it in a, you know, methodical way. So that's kind of what I'm saying by the assembly line style for those people who don't normally watch my channel. So we can turn these over and just pull that out. So I'm going to do that with all my book pages first, and then kind of go from there. So I'll just put those to one side as I do them. So yeah, I hope everybody's week has started out well. I apologise if I'm a little bit scatty. Obviously, we have been out of our house. We were renting it out for the Goodwood Festival of Speed. And we, you know, have only kind of got back yesterday. And so I'm still in the throes of obviously cleaning. And when I say cleaning, I mean, to be fair, obviously the guests left it, you know, really clean. And so that was all fine. But I mean, obviously I've got a lot of bedding to wash and things like that. And obviously our washing from where we were away, and some washing from before we went away, because obviously where I'd been washing the bedding for the guests, I ran out of time to do our washing, like when I took our bedding off. So I've got all our bedding from before they arrived, all their bedding, you know, and what have you. So I've done, I think, about 6 wash loads, maybe 7, 6 or 7 wash loads anyway, since yesterday, since getting back. And my whole kitchen floor is just covered in piles of washing. So I've probably got about another 7 wash loads left to do. So yeah, a lot of washing left to do. But yeah, touch wood, you know, everything was fine. And yeah, obviously got back and, you know, had to start cleaning again. So, but thankfully, I mean, not like the cleanup for the guests to arrive. This was just a freshen up, really, where they'd obviously been here you know, clean the bathrooms, things like that. And then obviously, you know, change the beddings, you know, and all that. Obviously, I don't need to now clean the oven again or anything like that. So, yeah. But so that's why I'm a little bit distracted. So I do apologise if I'm, you know, a little bit waffly or a little bit distracted. I'm going to move this because I've got here, which I don't want to have this on a pocket because obviously it would just be plain. So I'm going to put that as the back sheet. So as I make sure I've got texty parts as my, you know, my front sheets, if that makes sense. So just by spinning it round, that kind of enables you to do that properly. So yes, anyway, so that was kind of like our day yesterday was spent obviously moving back in, and still got loads of clothes in my car and things. I mean, yeah, there's so much stuff when you kind of move out for a week, and it sounds really weird, but because the weather's so weird and hit and miss at the moment this year, obviously I had to take like twice the amount of stuff to, like, if it were just sunny weather, because obviously then I would just take all summer clothes, or if it was all just winter weather. But I mean, since we've been gone, we've had all manner of different weather conditions. So, you know, like yesterday, for example, obviously we were back yesterday, but, you know, it got up to 25 degrees. The other day it was 15. So you kind of need like clothes for everything, you know, which obviously then all adds to it. So we were sleeping on an airbed on the floor, and yeah, so I've obviously, you know, had all the airbeds to all put away and things, had the sleeping bags all to put away and all of that kind of stuff. Like I say, all of our bedding from before we went away. So yeah, all quite a lot of, you know, goings on. And then obviously, like I say, my car is just such a mess because, you know, obviously also I had some, you know, craft things with me so that I could do at least some sort of work while I was away. So I had like two big bags of craft things, had my laptop, obviously, you know, all sorts of stuff. So my car is still quite full because, oh, I've only got 2 sheets there. My car's still quite full because obviously it was, you know, too much to, oh, look that up. Too much to obviously bring in all in one go yesterday. So this was like a medical book, so hence I've got like diagrams, but again, I'll just put the diagram at the back, and then that will be covered with the decorative paper anyway. Yeah, so oh, as it happens, I'm turning it around and that's not got an image anyway. Yeah, so my car is still covered in, well, not covered in stuff, but you know, like the whole back seat's got like clothes and what have you on there, because I just ran out of places, or, you know, ran out of kind of, well, A, places to put things as I was bringing things in. B, you know, I just wanted to get in and do some things. So I kind of like stalled on the making trips to the car. And I thought, well, I'll just have to, every time I go out to the car from now, bring things in as I go, sort of thing. So, yeah, anyway. So, but I went to the gym this morning. My friend, I stopped to chat quickly as I was pulling in. He was just getting out of the car. And he said, oh, look at the state of your car. I said, I know. I'm embarrassed. But, you know, obviously, I've only just got back. So that's all my stuff from while we were gone. But he must have thought, oh, what a scumbag. But, yeah. Anyway, it's so lovely to be back. I can't tell you. I mean, oh, like I've said all these times, it's such a lot of work. I mean, obviously it is worth doing, but, you know, I think definitely, you know, the sound of it doesn't sound that terrible. The reality of it is pretty awful. Yeah. Anyway, I bumped into another friend at the gym last week, and he said that he was renting his house. Him and his wife were renting their house out also for the same thing. And I said, oh, where do you go and stay, you know, while you're renting your house out? And he had the most brilliant idea, because he said, oh, we've just got like a cabin in the garden, so we just rent it out and we just go into the cabin. Which I just thought, wow, that's genius, isn't it? Because obviously, you know, they're not physically having to really move out. They can just take their stuff down to the end of the garden. So yeah, that is a brilliant idea. You know, much better obviously than how we're doing it. But anyway, yeah, all over till September, and then we'll be renting it out for the other event that they have at Goodwood. So we've got a few weeks few weeks of respite. So, yep, we shall see how it all goes. Right, okay, so I've got my papers. Now I'm going to, I think, do I want to, yeah, maybe do my paper selections now. So just going to tuck some in, and then what I might do is just cut them down so that I just get them smaller for using. So if I just take that there, now I'm thinking actually if I go over, and I can decide exactly how I want that. So this is my Valentine's collection papers, and I know I've said loads of times, but honestly, use those papers all the time. They are so handy. This is my Shabby Chic collection papers. So yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, these are really nice because there's lots of different looks to these. Now I'm just going to take this down, I think about here. Oh, sorry if you can hear the siren. There we go. Okay, might use the other section of this as well for this one perhaps. Yeah, anyway, so I really hope that you guys are all having a good start to your week as well. And, you know, hopefully the weather's a little bit better than ours. So like I say, we've had all manner of different weather conditions. And I mean, yesterday it got up to 25, which is so weird because it's not been anywhere near 25. It's been really not very nice at all. So it's just really odd. And now today, back to rubbish. I mean, I don't know what the temperature actually is today, but, you know, it's back to very drab anyway. Very, you know, not great. So, yeah, it's just really, really weird, you know, and it's so hard to then decide what you're going to wear, you know, because you just don't know what the actual weather's going to do. I'm just cutting that down because I'm going to have the florally part at the top. And if I didn't do that, I might forget that I'd bought that. This is my Myrtle Cottage papers. So, yeah, I'll kind of do that like that. I've put it up there so that I remember. What did we do while we were there? Well, I mean, obviously, we were in one room and there, yeah, wasn't kind of like a great deal to do. So, unfortunately, I have not got a great deal to be sharing, you know, with what we did for the week. Yeah, not really a great deal of stuff to say, really, about our week. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, just really dominated by being so thrilled to be back home now. Yeah, just Bo obviously was with us, and oh, she was such a good girl. Oh, that was my Rose Park papers, and so is this one. So, but they're quite different, the two pages. Obviously this one with all the greens and pinks, and that one just with more, you know, pinks and very slight hints of green. So I'll use the two for this. Yeah, obviously I tried to film ahead, you know, for while we were going to be gone, because obviously I wouldn't be able to be filming whilst we were away. And I have still got the series coming up that I've mentioned. So I've got still a couple more episodes to film. So I'm hoping I'm going to film that over the next couple of days. And if I do, put that up over the next couple of weeks. But I can't guarantee that, you know, I'm going to make it. So fingers crossed, because, you know, I'm quite excited. It's quite an exciting, well, it's not an exciting series. I don't know why I'm saying that. But, you know, to me, it's quite exciting. So, yeah, I'd really like to get it done if I can and put it up quite soon. So I will try my best to, you know, to get it finished. This is my lace collection in the pale blues and greens. So, yeah. And then this here is from my autumn blush papers. So, I'm just wondering, actually, might have a bit of the rose in there. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Cut that around there. So I'm just cutting these out very roughly, and then obviously, you know, when I come to use them, I will glue them in properly and then trim them around. But I'm just kind of getting the sections of paper that I really want to use first. So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I've watched nothing on TV or anything, I'm afraid. Nothing at all that I can share with you, you know, recommendations or anything like that. Yeah, it's all been just very, yeah, very kind of boring but hectic. Just want to say a massive thank you to anybody who's placed an order for the Junk Journal Basics Kit 2, which obviously I'm doing it's a kind of mini series at the moment, so I didn't do a trailer or anything like that because it's just literally a few episodes of how to make the folio. But yeah, thank you so much to anybody who has purchased the kit. You know, since watching the series, I really appreciate your, you know, your support and everything. And, you know, I really hope that you're loving using the kit. It's a really nice kit. And to be honest, you know, I've made some really nice things from it. You know, even since I finished that series, I've still been using the kit and made some other bits and pieces. So hopefully if you've bought the kit, sorry, that was my new Paris collection papers. If you've bought the kit, I really hope that you're, you know, absolutely loving using it. So definitely, you know, I've really enjoyed using it. So yeah, it's just a really nice nice kit to use. And like I say, you know, in the videos, I think I probably said, it's so lovely to have such a huge volume of stuff that you can really choose your colour scheme. So with it, you can go with any number of the colours which are in the kit. So you could have the pinks, you could use the blues, you could kind of go with the golds and the, you know, the browns and things. So it's got like a huge choice, you know, with it, because it's got such a lot of different papers and different looks. So yeah, hopefully if you've purchased that, you're really enjoying using it. So right, now I'm thinking, let me check the time. Yeah, we might run out of time if I don't kind of get a bit of a move on. So I'm thinking maybe kind of make this the last one. Even though I've got some other Bookpage still there, which I'd obviously optimistically folded over, I think we'll make this the last one, because I don't actually think we're going to have time to be doing all of those. The time just whizzes during these, honestly. So I'm going to get glue in now. So I'm going to just try and glue, you know, in some sort of methodical way, and then we'll do all the trimming at the end. So okay, so yep, let's just glue here. Well, what we'll have to do, actually, I've just thought, is probably glue the paper, then maybe do a little bit of trimming. Yeah, maybe do a bit of trimming. Not sure what's going to be the most efficient way. So let's just have a look. So glue this down. Well, no, perhaps we'll do the, because then I'm still going to have to glue the pages down, I'm thinking. So yeah, from that perspective, I might have to do trimming twice. So once for the height, and then we can glue them down, and then once for the entire, you know, the entire pocket, I'm thinking. So yeah, we'll see. We will see. Oops. I've just torn into my paper. Sometimes when you use old paper, it can be very brittle, and so if you're not too careful, like I wasn't, obviously, you can end up you know, tearing into the paper with your glue spreader. So yeah, try and be a bit more careful than I've obviously been. So not great. Okay. Right, there we go. Okay. So I'm just going to put these over, and then I'm just going to cut it down approximately to where I think it might want to be. And then do I want to glue it down now and then trim them? Yeah, probably. Although I can't really see now where the top of the pocket is. Oh, that was a bit idiotic of me, wasn't it? Oh well. Right, let's go for this. Oh, come on. So sorry. Yeah, I've been struggling to get the Anita's tacky glue. I know that I have talked about this as well before, but yeah, it's proving very difficult to get at the moment. So unfortunately I've had to use the 3-in-1, or well, the 3-in-1, yeah. And obviously that's not really very cost effective, but otherwise I didn't really have any glue. So yeah, it's all a bit of a shame, but there's certain things that are just quite hard to get hold of, and you know, if you can get hold of them, they're very, very, very expensive. So the Anita's tacky glue, unfortunately, is one of those things at the moment. Okay. Right. Come on. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've got one more bottle of these, so I might just open the other bottle in a second, because otherwise this is going to be very frustrating to watch now. So yeah. Right, let's put this one down. Yeah, we had to eat obviously very strange meals while we were out of the house and things. So, oh, I just had those Tesco meal deals that you can get, which kind of consist of like a sandwich, really. I did have like a little salad a couple of times. And then I had a wrap one night. So, one night I just had a large tub of yogurt with a banana. So, yeah, we've had some strange meals. So yesterday, I mean, obviously last night was the first night we slept back in our own beds and things, and it was like, oh my goodness, this is so nice to be back in our own beds, to actually be able to, you know, use a functioning kitchen, and yeah, just was really nice to be home. So Bo's now asleep on my bed, so she's back to kind of her normal routine, like just asleep on my bed, loving that. So yeah, it's just really feels good to be back. Right, there we go. Oh dear, I've made such a mess of that edge, which is really annoying. So again, just going to put this like this. Now, if I hold it up to the light, I can kind of see then a bit where the, you know, where the pocket actually is, so, or where the top of the page is. So I can just cut it straight across. Like that. We'll do it a slightly taller one, and we've done some of the others perhaps. Okay. There we go. Oops. Got this horrible feeling that I'm probably making a bit of a muck up of this, but trying to think what's the most efficient way to be doing these ones, to be honest. And yeah, don't know whether I'm doing them the most efficient way or not really, but like I say, I'm kind of a little bit yeah, probably a bit scatterbrained today, so you know, possibly not really firing on all cylinders, as they would say. You know, and possibly, yeah, possibly a little bit kind of distracted, but anyway, there we go. Right, 2. Oh, we are not doing all that well, are we? I feel like this is a very slow process today. Oh, there we go. Sure, I did have something else to be chatting about, and I can't now even think what that was. Just going to get some glue on that little edge. There we go. Okay. Okey-dokey. Yeah, so do share below what you guys are all working on. You know, are any of you making a folio with me? Maybe you haven't made a folio before, but you're making one. Even if you're not using the kit, you know, that I'm obviously using, maybe you're making one, you know, with something else. You know, hopefully you're having a really nice time, and you know, really enjoying the process. Or maybe you've made loads of folios and you're, you know, you're just kind of dipping in and making another one, but you know, you make them a lot anyway. Maybe you're not even making a folio at all. That's also another possibility. So yeah, share below, you know, what is it that you're working on. So just going to, yeah, cut this one down. Should we have another taller one again? Maybe like that. I mean, they're not vastly tall, are they, to be honest? But yeah, I just feel like they're a little bit taller than perhaps the first couple that we did. Okay. Okay. And then this one here. Okay. Oops. Well, they've redone our local Costa. They've like refurbished it, you know. Oh my goodness, they've ruined it so much. So I go in there, like, you know, with my gym friends sometimes, obviously, and you know, I mean, obviously I go in there sometimes on my own, sometimes with the children, you know, sometimes with my gym friends or whatever. But yeah, on a Saturday, a group of us from the gym, we always go there, and we just, you know, we love going there on our Saturday mornings. And so they had like a sofa, you know, with some chairs, and they've done away with the sofa. Oh my goodness. Why would they do away with the sofa? Because they've replaced the sofa with the most uncomfortable rubbish chairs ever. Yeah, it's just rubbish. And I think all of us, as we've gone in there, we've all been saying, where's the sofa? You know, what's happened to the sofa? And they've kind of said, oh yeah, you know, it's gone. And, you know, they were shut for, I don't know, a week or something while they were doing the refurbishment. And I mean, I'm not saying it didn't perhaps need a freshen up, but they've literally just, you know, made it just look horrible now, and it's all deteriorated. So yeah, it's such a shame. I don't know why they've done it, but yeah, it doesn't look very good now. It's not got a comfy seat really. You know, this morning, in fact, sorry, not this morning, Saturday morning when we went in there. Yeah, Saturday morning when we went in there, they we sat down at the table where the sofa used to be, and they've put like 4 chairs with a really low table. So it was such a bizarre thing. Felt like I was like Alice in Wonderland, you know, because we were like sat on these chairs which were up here, and the table was like way lower, so you felt like you were a giant almost. So yeah, we moved actually, because we all laughed and said, oh my goodness. And my friend said, oh, this is like sitting in Toy Town. I said, yeah, you feel like you're sort of Alice in Wonderland, don't you? Like sitting on huge, you know, a huge person on tiny furniture. So yeah, we moved tables and, you know, went and sat on a different table. But I mean, I don't know who thought that would be a nice layout or a good table, because it's literally, I don't know who would want to sit like that, you know, where your table is kind of miles lower than you are. That's just a really odd thing to do. So yeah, just really, really weird. But anyway, I mean, they probably have their reasons, but wow, they have kind of ruined it. It's got to be said. And don't you think they sometimes just do things like that, don't they? They like refurbish these places, and to be honest, they're worse than they were before. You know, I'm not saying it perhaps didn't need a bit of a, you know, refresh. You know, maybe the paint and things all needed a refresh or something like that. Oh gosh, look at this. But oh no, no. Sorry, I forgot to hold this up to the light. Oh my goodness, I really mucked this one up. Yeah, I'm not saying the paint didn't need a bit of a freshen up or anything like that, but what they've actually done with it is bizarre, to say the least. So, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm really mucking this up. I don't know quite what's going on with me. Right, okay. But that's fine, because this one will go over there. I mean, I'm guessing this is just very thin book page. So, I mean, that's another thing to be slightly aware. if you're using very thin book page, you know, like I obviously am here, just be slightly careful when you're pressing down, because you could obviously very easily tear your page like I have just done. So, you know, it's all kind of a learning curve, and to be honest, it's sort of trial and error really, because sometimes what feels like okay page at the time, you know, you might start working with and think, oh well, actually that's not very practical at all. So yeah, just kind of go careful and, you know, see what you think. So that's that one. Right, let's do one more. Let's do the one with the Shabby Chic collection papers, just because otherwise I feel like they're all going to look a bit the same. So yeah, let's put this one down. Okie dokie. There we go. Yeah, it's also really bright in there, so you know, they've kind of changed, like, you know, what was quite nice lighting to this really just stark white canteen-y kind of feel. It's just really odd. I don't know why they've done it, but anyway, like I said, I'm sure they had their reasons, but sometimes you wonder what people's reasons are, don't you? You know, because they could have actually just refreshed what was there, you know, had like some deep cleaning of the furniture perhaps, and, you know, refresh the walls by painting them sort of as they were. You know, I think would have probably looked better and been preferable to what they have done, but, you know, I don't know. A couple of the Costas, they've got like these chairs with like palm trees and tropical kind of feel. So I thought perhaps they were just revamping their brand and sort of making it all with this tropical vibe. But our revamped one, no tropical vibe going on there. So yeah. Let me get it. Okay. Right. Like that. So, I mean, it's not probably been the most efficient mass making, but you know, we've still managed to mass make quite a few, so, you know, I'm still not kind of like too, you know, too disappointed. I think we've done okay. We've achieved quite a few. So right, I'm just going to cut this down somewhere. So this is quite a tall one, Sheree. There we go. Right, so we just glue these couple of pages down. So this one. So my son's home, he's like doing some coursework for his apprenticeship, which he's hopefully going to be able to hand in, you know, and then be, well, I mean, I don't know whether he'll be done straight away or whether like you have to just then have it marked and assessed, I assume. I'm not sure really what the process is, but yeah, he's home working on his, you know, like final like project or, you know, final coursework type thing that he's got to do. So yeah, he's downstairs. He's had to set his like works computer up downstairs. Yeah, he's kind of like focusing. He said, Mum, I need to focus. I said, so do I. So do I. I think sometimes when you work from home, I think people literally think you're not working. I actually think some people just think you're just like a housewife, you know, and just got all the time to be running about or, you know, I don't know, doing other things. But yeah, so yeah, he said, you know, I will be working. Good, so will I. So yeah, I'm hoping to do a few videos now to obviously make up for last week. So I'm going to cut that along the top there. And we'll just snip along the bottom. Oops. There we go. So I had a smoothie today because I thought it was high time I had some healthy food, as my diet's been just so shocking all week. So yeah, I've had a smoothie for breakfast. I have to say, not the most filling one because I'm quite hungry already. I mean, obviously I'm way later than normal filming because my phone wasn't charged, which is why I had time to obviously sort out my book pages in sets of 3 and things like that. Because obviously I hadn't filmed for like the whole week, and I keep like an old phone for using for you know, for filming. So of course that phone then wasn't charged. So yeah, and I can't use my phone because it just never has like capacity, and actually the camera on my phone is actually worse quality. So yep, I had to then wait for it to charge up enough to be able to film. So yeah, hence I'm quite late doing this. I think it was about 12 when I started filming. But yeah, so starving, absolutely starving today, which is not great because normally my smoothies, you know, they keep me going a bit later than this, but anyway, there we go. So yeah, I suspect I probably won't be on the healthy bandwagon for that long. But you know what it's like if you've really had kind of shocking diet for a while, you know, you sort of can't wait to be eating healthily again, can you? It's like, oh my goodness. You know, I've eaten just nothing but rubbish. Okay. That one. Oops. It looked quite thick and I thought, oh, have I got 2 there? And it's just, you know, would be the type of thing I'd be doing today because I don't seem to be being all that brilliant with my efficiency today. So yeah, I'd end up cutting through 2 and cut 1 completely skewiff and have ruined it completely. There we go. I will round the corners with, on one in a second, hopefully, just to kind of demonstrate, you know, how nice that they can look, I suppose, with the corners rounded, because, you know, it is a nice different look. Okie dokie, right. Just trim this one off down here, and then just trim off on the edge. Okay. Oops. There, like that. So, I mean, obviously, if you've trimmed over on your edges like I have here, you might want to just check that you haven't trimmed too far and, you know, unglued them. But yeah, fingers crossed they're okay. So let's decorate one. So let's just pull in, which ones have we done? Oh my goodness, what did I do with the other 2? Okay, so here. So yeah, we did these ones. So yeah, I'm not sure which one we want to do. What am I going to decorate with? I'm going to keep these for doing, obviously, after the video. I will quickly assemble these. So let's just count how many we have done. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 that need to be assembled. We've also got a couple more book pages here. So 9, because there's 2 here. I need to actually put the decorative paper with those, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So wow, 16 that will be. I mean, obviously, like I said, I do need to finish them off, but yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? Right, okay, what are we going to decorate with? So I've got some of my shoes here. I've got some of my roses. Okay. I did bring some bits along specifically, so yeah, let's just have a look and see. Oh, maybe this blue shoe with that. Yeah. Oh no, now I've cut straight into the shoe. Yeah, I did wonder about the roses, but let's go with the shoe, I think. Yeah, there aren't too many episodes of the folio. I think it's like 3 or 4. So yeah, but obviously I'll be, you know, I'm going to just put them up every oh, I'm so sorry, I had such a frog in my throat. I'm going to be putting them up every day, you know, until it's done. So it's either 3 or 4, I can't remember. So, and obviously there'll have been 2 already now. So okay, I had such a lot of fun making that folio, and I did say in the video, it's been a long time since I've made one, which actually wasn't that long when I looked back, because I think the last time I made one was Christmas. But it felt in my head like a really long time ago. So yeah, for some reason, I then felt really nervous about making it. And, you know, I thought, oh gosh, I'm not sure I can tackle one. But anyway, like all these things, you know, like nothing's ever as bad as you quite think. So yeah, had a lovely time making it, and you know, kind of can't wait to make another one. Okay, let's just take that rose. Just in case I want to switch it up and do a rose instead. So I don't think this rose will look quite right with the shoe, but we'll just see. Okay. Like that. Okay, right. Like I say, I don't think that rose, but we will just check. Yeah, I mean, that's probably a bit weird, isn't it? The rose, like, sort of looking like it's coming out of the shoe. That's probably strange. Oh, I also have got this from the Pink Ladies. We could have, yeah, we could have her. I mean, it's a bit of a shame because it's double-sided, but like, obviously I printed by accident. Oh, I'm now thinking perhaps I'd prefer to have her. I might just tear her around. Tear that carefully. Like that, okay. Oh yeah, I think I might prefer her now. Now I'm thinking, which one would I prefer her on? That's the question, because maybe not necessarily this one. Although, she doesn't look bad on there, does she? Oh, do you know, I'm now thinking, oh, what about on the blue lace? But no, I think actually what I'm going to do, I just pull in some of the paper that we used for that. So here, we could just have a little bit of that paper, which would tie it all in together. So yeah, like that. And then, yeah, like that. Just kind of ties it in together, doesn't it? Which is really nice then. So let's just pop this down. Okay. Okay. Like that. Okay, right, just smoosh that out. Oh, and I can't obviously not mention the football. I mean, yes, I've not been following the football or anything else, but I did just happen to have it on last night because I was obviously, you know, first night back, and I was kind of like doing some things in my room, and it was just on. So although I didn't, you know, I didn't watch it as such, but I mean, obviously I had it on in the background, and I could hear, obviously, you know, that England obviously lost. And yeah, so, you know, it's a shame obviously for anyone who does follow football and was obviously gutted about that, because yeah, I mean, that is disappointing, isn't it? You know, and I think, well, I don't know, I don't follow football, but yeah, I mean, obviously well, I mean, I'm not saying we had a chance, but people hoped obviously that we were going to do well, because, you know, of course that would have been lovely. But yeah, so that was kind of a shame really. So I couldn't obviously not mention it, even though, you know, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about the football or anything else. You know, obviously I do know enough to know that we did not win. Yeah, so that's a shame obviously for people who are football fans, you know. Okay. Right, so again, I've just used some scraps of lace, or a scrap of lace that just happened to be on the desk, Now I'm just going to pull in my corner rounder. So this was the optional thing that I said, you know, that you could round the corners or anything. You don't have to, obviously. But, you know, if you wanted to kind of just have a bit of a different feel, then just rounding the corners can, you know, just add that different feel that maybe you are, you know, you are looking for. So I'm just going to ink it up now. I just need to quickly get my inker. Hold on. Right. Okay. So whilst I picked up my, you know, blendy tool, or yeah, my ink and my blendy tool, I also found some blue lace. So I'm just going to be using the blue lace, I think, instead of the pink that I did have laying about on the desk. So let's just ink this up. Again, just ink around the the piece from the Pink Lady papers that I tore out. See that? Like that. And then I dug out also some of these flowers because I thought, oh, they would look good. So got this here. Now, do we want to have this going across the pocket or kind of like coming out from her? I think actually maybe across. So I'm just going to trim this down. Whoa. Honestly, things just all over the desk. Okay, so yeah, let's put this one down. Oops. Okay, and then right, let me just pop the middle out. That's how I like to use these flowers, is just take the middle out and then, you know, you can put something in the middle then. Now, do we want it there? We can't really have it there because it's going to block the, you know, block the entrance to the pocket. So yeah, I want to have it, I think, going across here. So let's just pop that down here. Okie dokie. Like that, and just trim that down. Okie dokie. That there, and then yeah, this blue flower I think would look quite pretty, wouldn't it? So maybe just have that there, or we could have it, I don't know. Let's glue this one on first. So I'm going to hot glue this down because it's gluing over the fabric and things. I just want to ensure that it's glued down properly without having to sit holding it and things, you know, like that. Okay. And then I thought I had some butterflies somewhere. So I've got a couple of butterflies. Oh, again, I'm not sure they're quite the right colours if I'm truthful, but oh well, let's just go for these because they're the ones that I've got to hand. Obviously, a lot of my stuff is now in my craft bags, you know, that I packed up to take with me, so I haven't sort of unpacked and sorted things out. So I might not have quite the best things here if I'm truthful, but hey, darling, come on in, sweetie. That's Bo. She's now at the door. She's obviously thinking, oh, what? We're back to this messy room. No, I'm not ready to come into there just yet. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. Yeah, she's probably horrified, if I'm truthful, to be back here. She probably thinks, what? Because obviously she was kind of glued to me the whole week, you know, everywhere I went, she had to go. So, which, you know, would be fine, but obviously it's very impractical because, and I know I've talked about this before, dogs really are not allowed in that many places. So, you know, I kind of couldn't even stop to get like anything until, like, say my daughter was home, and then I, you know, could leave either my daughter in the car and me pop in, or my daughter pop into the shop, you know, because dogs just aren't really allowed in any shops. So yeah, very annoying. And, you know, I've said this before, but what's so weird was before I had a dog, I felt like I was seeing dogs all the time in places. So I find this very strange that she's actually not allowed in anywhere, because I felt like I was seeing dogs all the time, you know, but yeah, obviously I wasn't. Because I'm still going to the same places. yeah, turns out she's not allowed in any of them, or very many of them at all. So such a shame, you know, because it's obviously, it's quite then restrictive to, you know, where you can go with your dog. or like last week, you know, when she was obviously with me all the time, you know, restrictive to you as a person, because you obviously can't go into hardly anywhere. Okay. Right, that looks good. Now, the butterflies, I'm thinking, oh, it's so annoying. So annoying. I wonder what that green one would look like. I mean, probably, again, not great. These are not the best, best choices. But I feel like I'd like to have a butterfly. And again, these are obviously my light butterflies. I use these all the time now. Like, literally all the time. Seem to have to print them all the time and get through them in like no time whatsoever. Obviously, you know, certain pages I'm particularly fond of and, you know, use kind of time and time again. So yeah, go through them like anything. Oops. Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Now, again, I would have a label, but I don't seem to have any of those handy. So yeah, I'm kind of just having to, you know, go with the flow a little bit, because obviously I've not got on top of my things yet. Let's just take this. Okay. So we could either do it like that, or we could have the Diamante in the butterfly. And obviously that's a bit of a big. You know, I'm now thinking maybe not even have the Diamante. I don't know. Then when I take it away, I think, oh, it's a bit boring, isn't it? I do have a green flower here. I wonder if we would have the green flower with another one of those little pearly daisies in the centre. So hold on. Oh, that's quite pretty. So yeah, let's do that instead. So pop the flower down. Okay. Okay, looking good. Right. I think we will just have that green butterfly up there or down here. I think, yeah, there. Okay. Oh, super pretty. So as I say, this has then got a pocket here, and then, you know, depending on how you glue it, you could have side or top, or, you know, however you wanted to have this. So they're really pretty pockets, aren't they? And again, like so many of these things in the reruns of the mass making, I'd forgotten all about them. And so, you know, I find time and time again that I think, oh, this is so handy, because I had forgotten. So I've just got this journal here. I'm just going to show you how this would look on a page. So that's it, obviously on a yellow food coloured page, or, you know, on a coffee dyed page. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? So yeah, really, really nice pockets. And yeah, I hope that you have fun if you decide to make a bunch of these, and, you know, hopefully you feel inspired to make a bunch of these. Like I say, thank you so much for everyone who has purchased any of my Junk Journal Basics Kit 2, or anything else, obviously. And yeah, hope you all have fun. Would really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much then. Bye.